technique? Is one more difficult than the other?
I wouldn't say necessarily that one is different than the other, I guess. I think the difference would maybe be, in the run game, your physicality is at a premium. There's times where maybe you don't have the best technique or whatever, but if you're just more physical than the other guy, it'll work out for you. Whereas in past that may not be necessarily true, but yeah, I wouldn't say there's necessarily one that's easier or harder. Yep.
What all can you just tell me about Chaz?
Yeah, he's a guy that definitely loves football. We saw some of that in the bowl game last year, and then but we guys on the team have known that since the day he stepped on campus. Every time he's in there, he's playing hard, extremely hard, and he's a guy you can look at and just draw energy from.
When you talk about like him playing hard, is there anything specifically that comes to mind, like from a practice or workout or something, where you just kind of saw his intensity?
I mean, even in the game, this past week, there was moments, third and short, he gets the first down, but he felt like he could have kind of busted it even further, and just that idea that he's not really ever satisfied, for sure is I guess an example of that.
Nick, talking a little bit about the run game, I'm sure you've done a lot of that today. Obviously an improvement from week 1 to week 2. How do you take that next step into week 3?
Well, I think the biggest thing is not actually changing the way that we're approaching it at all. Like you said, an improvement from week 1 to week 2, and not trying to completely flip the script and reinvent the wheel, I guess, in terms of how we approach practice and then games and stuff like that. Just staying on that same path and pushing it forward.
As a guy who's been around for a little while, are you happy with the development of the offensive line so far this season, and especially looking back at last year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely happy, but I think the biggest thing is just not satisfied. And you can ask any guy on the line, and they'll say the same thing. I think that's a big characteristic, I guess you could say, is guys are happy, but at the same time, we know there's a lot left out there for us, and so just really, like I said, trying to stay on the same path and push it forward.
You've been rotating a little bit with Rusty. How do you evaluate where you're at? Because I think this last game, you guys were the only ones who were rotating on the offensive line. What are your thoughts there? Is it almost frustrating to take possessions off and have to watch the offense? Where are you at with that rotation?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's frustrating at all. Obviously Rusty's a great player, and so when he's out there, it's not. He's able to do a really good job, and so I think just staying on it and coming out every day in practice and staying on that that same path.
Are you guys giving each other pointers or noticing things?
Yeah,
talking.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure. And that's the biggest thing. Guys helping each other out, and that's all across the board. Old guys helping young guys, old guys, young guys, old guys, and because everyone always has a different perspective, maybe a little on different things that you're doing.
So do you guys do things differently? Is there a reason you guys are flipping? Like one guy does something better than the other, or has that been a conversation at all?
No, yeah, it's just getting different guys snaps and stuff like that, and yeah.
Do you think that maybe, I don't know if inhibits is the right word, but inhibits the ability of the offensive line to be cohesive, considering you're rotating that left guard position?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it is. There's obviously we come out in practice, and and so as much as maybe one guy's takes this step differently or whatever, but I wouldn't say that it has any impact on that at all.
Okay. Pass pro has been considered solid as opposed to the run game, which is improving. What's the difference between the two? Maybe why one is clicking a little bit better than the other?
Yeah. Pass protection is kind of a thing where it's like it's almost a 1 or 0 in terms of it's binary. You either got it done or you didn't. Either he got sacked or he didn't get sacked,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
and you know, where the run game is a little more, I don't want to say gray, but it is a little more gray in terms of that. But yeah, I wouldn't say that there's necessarily, you know, one reason or another.
Okay. We haven't seen a ton of DeJong Parker. What are you guys seeing from him in practice?
Yeah, he's doing a really good job in practice. You know, obviously he suffered you know, a knee injury in spring ball,
Right.
and so, you know, he spent all spring and all summer kind of battling back from that, and so but you can see, like, he is, you know, now that he's kind of getting his, you know, his legs under him, he's starting to really you know, come along really good.
In these last 2 games, the offense has started hot, and then third quarter comes around and kind of cools off. What do you guys need to do to address that?
Yeah, I think just staying on, you know, the same path, like I said. You know, not trying to flip the script, reinvent the wheel, anything like that. Just, you know, staying on the same path, and knowing that, you know, eventually that work will pay off.
Cool.